Hey, it's Ollie and welcome to the third video in this series all about how I use my core study time every day to learn languages. Now this one is about something that's very easily overlooked, but something that I'm trying to work back into my routine because I know just how powerful it is, and that's preparing for your lessons or preparing for your speaking sessions, for your language exchanges, whatever you may do. Now, I am a big proponent of speaking. I think speaking is really important right from the beginning, and I often will have 4 or 5 speaking sessions throughout the week. But it's very easy to kind of go onto autopilot and to just turn up for these sessions and just kind of speak. And whilst that's really useful, what I've noticed is that a little bit of preparation for your lessons can really go a long way. It can really help you consolidate the stuff that you're learning so that you're not just practicing speaking, which is great, but you're actually recycling and consolidating stuff that you've learned previously, whether it's earlier on that week or 1 or 2 weeks earlier. So let me dive in and show you exactly what I do. Now, when you're having a lot of regular conversations, one of the most useful things you can do is to define a topic for the session, because if you don't do that, what happens is you risk kind of doing a lot of casual conversation and chatting, which is cool, but I think you can exploit it a lot more. So I like to define a topic for a lesson. I'll often do it for maybe 3 or 4 lessons, but at least for one to actually decide what topic you're going to talk about. And what that enables you to do then is to look through your vocabulary notebook, and I like to define mine by topic. So I've got, for example, language here, and then I've got work, travel, people, shopping, and then this allows you to focus on one particular vocabulary area and then focus on that during the session. So let's say that in my lesson this afternoon I want to focus on shopping and I want to talk about all things to do with shopping in the lesson. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look through, and in my core study time, I'm going to look through the vocabulary that I've written down recently. I'm going to revise it, see if I can remember all of it, and then I'm going to try and pick out the stuff that I think will be really useful for me to learn, and stuff that will be really useful for me to use in the speaking session later. I'm not going to do too much because my conversations tend to be quite broad and they do go off on tangents, and so what I like to do is to say, right, of all of this, what would be, say, 8 to 12, between 8 and 12 words or phrases that I could focus on during the lesson. And then you've got to think, right, well, now I know that I want to focus on certain words and phrases, how am I actually going to use them in the lesson? Well, simply what I do is I'm going to get another piece of paper, and it won't look big like this. I'm just doing this so you can see, and I'm going to write out simply on a piece of paper in front of me all the words that I want to focus on and use during my speaking session to do with shopping. That's going to go here. Then I'll also add a few more things, because I generally tend to find that whatever stage I'm at, there are a few kind of really important words like verbs and adjectives that I'm trying to remember to use, and I think I'm going to upgrade my conversation. So I'm going to have a combination of words on the topic that I want to talk about, plus other words that I'm generally trying to use. And I'm literally going to stick this in front of me whilst I'm having the lesson and just refer to these words and to try and use them as much as possible. It's a dead simple process, but by focusing on a certain topic area, that allows you to really revise and consolidate your vocabulary in a very targeted way. Hope that's helpful, and I'll see you in the rest of the series.